Sawadee krab. Following on from my talk last week about Plato's allegory of the cave and the ongoing debate about what is reality and what is merely our perception, our view of truth and reality, it was George Berkeley who in 1710 started a discussion around sensory perceptions that has over the years been referred to as the now famous question, if a tree falls in a forest and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? That debate of whether something that is not physically perceived actually happens or not has since grown in scope and significance, drawing in other philosophers as well as the scientific community, including such notable thinkers as Albert Einstein and Niels Bohr. The topic is, of course, not limited to Western philosophy. It also exists in Buddhism, Hinduism, and other philosophies and religions. It was many years later, in the 1980s to be exact, that this debate took on a whole new meaning when the American political strategist Lee Atwater simply stated, "Perception is reality." What had been practiced for years in the worlds of marketing, communications and politics was now more clearly and openly proclaimed. Reality matters less than people's perceptions of it, especially when it comes to selling products and politicians. In the play Lady Windemere's Fan, Oscar Wilde has a character quip that a cynic was a man who knows the price of everything and the value of nothing. As with so much of what Wilde wrote or said, it's more than just a nice turn of phrase. It hits at the heart of society's problems then and now. What Wilde is really saying is that perceived worth is merely the shadows on the wall from Plato's cave, and the reality is actually the true value of something or someone. But most of us, or perhaps the cynics amongst us, don't see this. Allied to this is the perception of worth. Is a designer label piece of clothing really worth 10 times more than a non-brand equivalent? Or is it perception that makes it so? The quality of the cloth or material may not be more valuable or expensive, and the design may be identical. So, in reality, it should not have any greater value than the non-branded item. But it does, because of its perceived value. But value, worth, price are all irrelevant, as is societal perception. When you have worked in education for as long as I have, you begin to realize that what really counts cannot be counted. I hope you have a lovely weekend. Kopkum Krab.